Okay, let's get started. My name is Robin Shaw and I am your English teacher. I am doing this live stream for members. So if you are a member of Shaw English or Learn English Live, you are seeing this. If you are not a member, you're seeing this video a little bit later. You're not seeing it live. If you want to join, please check the links below this video. Become a member of my Shaw English channel, and then you can join these private live streams where I'll answer your questions directly. Let's take a look who is here today. Layla and Carrie. So, if anyone else is here, please say hi. The reason I do members live streams, it gives a chance for people who support Shaw English or Learn English Live to have me explain, give them more time to answer their questions and explain English to them. So usually in the members only live stream, there's only a few people. All right. So Carrie, Layla, if you guys have any questions, start asking. And while you're writing or typing your questions, I'll drink some tea. All right. Layla says, I've just arrived from the dental clinic. All right. Today, the dentist made an impression of my teeth. Could you please correct my statement? All right. Layla. I'm going to change arrived from. I just got back from. I'll get to your question in a moment, Carrie. I'm deep. Excuse me. I'm deep in thought about Layla's question. I want to. All right, Layla. I changed. Let's look at the how I corrected Layla's sentence. So instead of arrived, I'm going to say just got back from the dental clinic. So you just got home from the dental clinic. And you said today, but I cut out the today because when you say I just got back, I know it happened today. You don't need to say today. I know it happened today. So I've just got back from the dental clinic. Actually, yeah, I've just got back from the dental clinic. The dentist made an impression of my teeth. But also, you asked the question, could you please correct my statement? And I would change statement to sentences. Could you please correct my sentences? All right, Carrie. Let's see what you got. How can I make in my head and speak English sentence quickly? Well, first of all, Carrie, you don't have a question mark. Whenever you ask someone a question, let's have a question mark. So let me try to understand what you're asking. How can I make in my head and speak English? So you want to speak fluently. Fluently means you're not translating. Okay, I think your problem is translating in your head. And yeah, the solution to that is a lot of practice. The more practice you get, the more automatic your brain will react or speak. So, Carrie, I'm sure already there's a lot of English that you don't need to translate in your brain from your first language. Probably more complicated sentences you probably might need to translate, but the more you're talking, the more automatic it'll get. If that was your question. All right, by the way, these days it's Halloween. Halloween. In the world, I think. Yeah, I think it's growing in popularity in other countries. What was your scary memories of Halloween? Well, I actually have a terrible Halloween story. Thank you for asking, Layla. I'll just tell a story very quickly. So, every year, Halloween, we dress up as monsters or scary people. And I think I was probably 6 years old, and I went out for Halloween with my brother, and my brother is 6 years older than me, so he was 12 years old. And he's very fast. He likes to go to many houses to get candy. So we spent about 2 hours going around to many houses to get candy, lots of candy. And then suddenly, first of all, my brother was with his friends. So he was walking a little bit ahead of me. I was walking behind. And, I'm 6. I'm a little guy. And this big kid, he just came up to me and he grabbed my bag of candy and he took my candy and he ran away. When you're 6 years old and somebody steals your candy, oh, that's terrible. That bad kid. I'll never forget that. Right? That happened a long time ago. I'll never forget that kid stole all my candy. So my brother had to share his candy. He didn't want to share his candy, but my mom said, you have to share your candy with your little brother. But he did that. All right, and my question's correct. Oh, yeah, your question. Well, you would say, okay, I'll fix your question. So what? You don't want to use was. I still have the story. We still have the memory. What is your scariest memory? Memory or memories? Well, if you use is, it's got to be memory. What is your scariest memory of Halloween? Or what are your scariest memories of Halloween? All right, Carrie. Let's see. How about living as a tiny Asian single working class woman in Canada? Is it going to be hard? Why do you say tiny? Is that important? Is the height important? Is weight important? Work is work. Canada's not easy for new immigrants. You have to work hard if you come to Canada. But I don't really have a clear answer for that. But Carrie, if you went to Canada and you were working, yeah, I think you would like it probably better than Korea. Is it going to be hard? Work is hard. And Layla, what was your Halloween costume? Well, I had so many Halloween costumes throughout my life. I usually wore a mask, like a Frankenstein mask or some other monster mask. But these days, the kids, I don't think they wear masks too much anymore because it's a little bit dangerous to cover your eyes. But I remember I wore a lot of masks and went out like just monsters. All right, you guys don't have to say thank you for correcting. It's my job. Oh no, this story is interesting and sad a little. Little bit, it's sad, yeah. I still remember. All right, Layla, I was able to convince my parents to attend the dinner afterwards. Is there any difference between afterwards and afterward? No. No. Forward, forwards, after, afterwards, they mean the same thing. Now, this is very special about English because I don't know the name of that group of words, but, using words, forwards, afterwards, there's more. Let me check that. You can use both styles. Backwards, forwards. Yeah, both are okay. Backward, backwards, forward, forwards, both are okay. I think British English, it says here British English is a little more picky about it, but American English is not. Anyway, don't worry about it. Also, toward, towards, beside, besides, beside. I don't know. I'd have to see some more example sentences. But anyway, the quick answer, Layla, no problem. Carrie, what do you do when you are in a certain situation which you can't control? I'm in situations I can't control all the time, and I complain like normal people. So I think everyone hates that, to be in a situation you can't control. So usually I just complain. What kind of situation are you talking about, Carrie? Sentences are fine, Carrie. Layla, I feel regret. I feel sorry. Is there any difference between them? Yeah. Regret is strong. Of course, it depends what kind of situation you're talking about. But regret means you really wish you didn't do something. And feel sorry means, I did something bad, but you don't always regret doing something bad. So if you feel regret, you really wish you didn't do something. But if you feel sorry, sometimes, for example, if I said to I have to think of examples now. If I said to my student, I'm sorry, but I have to give you an F score because you didn't try. Now, I said I'm sorry. I feel bad about it, but I still have to do it. I have to do the bad action. Regret would mean I gave her an F, but I really didn't want, I shouldn't have. I should not have given her the F. All right, so it's a little different. Sorry, you feel bad, but regret, you wish you could change. Carrie, is using Google Translate bad for studying English? Google Translate is pretty good with words, but I would say sentences over 4 words. So if a sentence has 4 words or less, Google Translate's pretty good most of the time, not always. But if you have a long sentence, 5, 6, 7, 8 words, Google Translate gets worse. As the sentence gets longer, the sentence is getting more complicated. Google Translate might get confused what you're trying to say. So for translating long sentences, try not to use Google Translate. And the proper way to use Google Translate is try to get quick sentences, short sentences. But I would say don't depend on Google Translate for studying English. Layla, what's the weather where you live? What's the weather where you are? Which one is better to say? Well, I would say, what's the weather like? What's the weather like where you live? Question mark. What's the weather like where you are? Both of those are okay. I would just put the word like. What's the weather like? Layla, I feel hurt in my teeth while eating, but I should get used to it. Yep, that's right. That's a good sentence. Tea time. Robin has some tea time. Carrie, good sentence here. My most regret thing is not to read many books when I was a teenager. Is this sentence correct? It is not correct, but that's why we're here. I'm going to help you out. So what would a native speaker say? So my most regrettable thing is not to read many books. So you want to use regrettable. My most regrettable thing is not to read many books when I was a teenager. Carrie, you can still read many books now because when you turn 40, you might say, oh, my most regrettable thing is not reading books in my 20s. Noen, hello. My name is Noen. The reason why I joined this channel is to get more ideas improving my English so I can be more effective as I apply for an online English teacher. Noen, good to see you. And wow, your English is pretty good, Noen. You're trying to be an online teacher? Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that, Noen? Maybe I can give you some advice or help you, or maybe I can learn something. So, Noen, where are you from? Yeah, I have so many questions about you, Noen. Where are you from? Noen. Please answer me. And Carrie, Layla, any more questions? Ow. Oh, I hurt myself. Oh, Carrie asks how to pronounce genre. Genre, I believe, is a French word. Let me check that. I believe that comes from France or French. I'm going to go to the Cambridge Dictionary. I usually go to Oxford or Cambridge Dictionary. I like those dictionaries best. They don't give me money, but so let's see. It's not talking. Yeah, genre. Didn't tell me word origin. You have French. All right, as I guessed. So genre is a French word, and it's very difficult because it's a loan word from French. All right, but when English students are learning the English language, you learn ABC, you learn the vowel sounds. And then all of a sudden we have this French sound. Zh, zh. So that's not an English sound, that's a French sound. So it's very difficult for English learners to pronounce genre. Genre. Zh, zh. You got to make that zh. Genre. Very difficult. Are you kidding me? I'm super stoked right now. I researched on Oxford Dictionary about stoked, but I didn't find the clear meaning. All right, well, I'm going to go to Oxford Dictionary and get you the meaning. It's right there. I went to Oxford. You click that link, and it tells you right there, Layla. Excited and pleased about something. I'm from Philippines. Noen's from Philippines. So you want to be an English teacher, Noen? Layla, there are a lot of humans and historical knowledge is written in English, and I love to learn that. Do you think I will be able to reach my goal one day? What is your goal? What is your goal, Layla? And then I'll tell you. Oh, Nolan, I just recently applied for an online English teacher, but apparently I got multiple failed applications. Ooh. Luckily, on my fourth and last attempt, I passed the interview, and now I'm on my online training. Online for, well, good for you, Noah. Online for what? What kind of online teaching? Is that through the internet app or, some phone app or something like that? Oh, you got more. I'm not a teacher by profession, but I would like to try other things that give me more experience, especially dealing with various people. Wow, your English is very good, Noah. But Philippines, they speak English, so good for you, Noen. Noen or Nowen? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. To me, it looks like Noen, but it could be Nowen. I'm not sure. And it's too bad I can't hear you. Oh, you want to read all the English knowledge in English? You can read, you already achieved your goal, Layla. I'm sure you can read history and art. You can read all this in English. I don't think English is the problem. I think, time is the problem. There's so much information in English. And let's make sure we spell goal correctly. No one. All right, no one. Your pronounce is right. So we should say pronunciation. You pronounced it right. So you got the verb. Your pronunciation is right. So the two ways to express that. You pronounced it right. Your pronunciation is right. Layla, I notice most of the members of WhatsApp group prefer typing more than speaking, although their English is great, but for me, I prefer speaking, although my English is lower than there. Then theirs, you should put then theirs. The WhatsApp group, sometimes they're at work, Layla. Like me. Sometimes I'm at my office. I can't send voice notes. I'm traveling on the bus sometimes. I can't send voice notes. So I understand people who don't send voice notes because I can't always do that. But Layla, good for you. Always to send voice notes. That's better for your English than typing. So the WhatsApp group, use the voice notes. Noen, do you use WhatsApp? Thanks for correcting. No problem. That's why I'm here. All right, guys, I'm going to finish up in the next few minutes. So any last comments or questions, get them in now. All right. By the way, there's an online video training from the company itself, which is only open for their applicants. Can I join? So I cannot share the link and the videos. They are not downloadable. All right, I'm going to add no in right now. New contact, no in. Mobile. Only I can see your number, no one, so it's okay. 9. All right. All right, I'll check that. I'll check that after the live stream, no one. Layla, she's in her womanly flowering. Is this euphemisms to describe when the girl reached puberty? I think that's a good euphemism for puberty, yes. Layla, how long do I need to speak English well, very well, if I study English every day? Layla, just keep doing as much as you can. I think you're doing a great job. Remember, we want to study the 4 core skills: reading a little bit every day, listening a little bit every day, speaking speaking as much as you can, and writing if you can every day. Just keep doing that, Layla. You will get better. It's slow, but you will get better. Layla, do you have a class on Friday? No, I don't. I don't teach at my university on Friday. All right, I'm too overwhelmed to type the words too fast. Don't worry about that, no one. Everyone's making mistakes here. Sometimes I make mistakes in my typing. Don't worry about that. Your eyes are bigger than your stomach when you use this expression. No question mark. There's your question mark. When someone, they have a plate of food and they put a lot of food, so much food, we say your eyes are bigger than your stomach. So that means your eyes like all this food. Your eyes think you can eat all this food, but actually your stomach cannot eat that food. So we say your eyes are bigger than your stomach means you took too much food. You can't eat it all. Your stomach can't eat all that. All right, thanks everyone. I'm going to end the live stream. See you in the future. Thanks a lot, Layla. I hope you learned something today, and Carrie and Noen. If you were not part of my member, if you're not a member, you couldn't join this live stream today. But become a member. Links below, and you can join next time, every Sunday. See you guys.